What is going on, guys? My name is Dimitri and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to break down for you how to make a school calendar in Notion. So here's my old school calendar and notes. I think it deserves a little bit of a refresh, but as you can see, there's some nice setup here regarding just some basic different properties and ways to showcase that, hey, I got homework on this day, I got a location change, it's recorded, all those different kind of things. So if you want to get a nice school calendar in Notion, I'm gonna make one for you right now. So if we go in here, let's get a little graduation cap. It's always my favorite for the school sort of setup here. Get a little graduation cap going. School. Take this page here, copy the link. Paste this guy in here. And then we go back into the actual school calendar. And then for me, I always like to do a little inline action. So if we do /calendar inline, go school calendar. And then if you want to go in there and add the graduation cap for emoji purposes, totally up to you, but I do like to add a double emoji action. So if we go in here, the properties that I had, which I thought were important, are as follows. So right now we obviously have a date, which is totally fine, which is like the date and time of whatever you want. And then we can have the location, which I like to have personally. Location. So for people who always want to know the room numbers of things, we can have a professor name. And then add the professor email. Change this to an email type. And we can have the syllabus, which is always good. That's not how you spell syllabus. And then you have the file and media attachment here, so you can add that at the beginning of things. And then class tags. I like to just have this one to sort of be able to filter what class it's for when you're doing different views just within Notion. Then here we can have, I like to choose a multi-select here, whether it's for like homework, test, quiz. This is just for me. It's like, it could be called that, it could be called assignments. I think it's nice to just call it whatever you want. So this is what I'm gonna call it because that's what I had. Then we go here and we could put like literally the, we can have like a text box where I put items due. Or if you wanna have like a relational database between this and your task/event calendar, I think that's great. I personally go through and put my syllabi in a bunch of tasks at the beginning of the semester. So what would be great is if you have a relation here that connects to your task/event calendar. So I'm just gonna leave this here as it is, but having that relation, perfect. So then here I'm just gonna make a quick template, right? And I like to have the template be just, it's like notes. Let's go book or something. So for me, I'm a big fan of just for a class, very simple and easy, just make an H3 and then put notes for the class. You can make an H2 even if you want, just make it a little bigger. Just have notes for the class, and this is all it is. Anytime you have a new class that you then make at the beginning of the semester, you can just use this template real quick so every class were to have this. So if I go through and take this and make an example class. My goal for this is at the beginning of each semester, say I have 15 classes, right? And it's just like one a week. I would duplicate this guy a bunch of times, count to 15, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? Just change it to example marketing class, right? And then what I would have done beforehand is have a class, it's like marketing 550, right? Have the professor name Joe Schmo. this guy at class.com, room 558, right? Syllabus, I would attach it. And then basically this is the example one, right? So rather than doing it in that way, I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 2, 3, 4, 7. And then this would have the baseline of everything. And what I can do is I could put this at whatever days would fit. So I'd put this for 15 weeks in a row, if that made any sense whatsoever. Sorry for being so quick and hasty about it, but I did want to showcase to you guys what I'm talking about. Then for properties, we can put something like the items due or homework test quiz, just to call out like, hey, today we're gonna have homework or a test or a quiz, so that I know that on that day something's due, and I could show the properties here. That's something I was always a fan of. And then from here, what we can do is kind of customize our space. I'm a fan of getting things aesthetically pleasing, right? So let's quickly do kind of similar to something that we did in a task/event calendar. So let's get things set up here. So first, I forgot to do the linked view. So if you are using the Notion from scratch template, you'll probably want this guy in here. So let's make a divided column here, where I can go take this, put it to the side, put this guy on the left, give it some more love and space. And then what you can do is make some linked databases. So I'm gonna do example marketing class, example history class, history 580 or 580. I'm gonna make this time 2 p.m. I just want to make a couple example classes for you guys to show exactly what I'm talking about. 1 p.m. Example math class. Math 560. I'm in that master's grind with all the fives. Then we do, say, 11 a.m. Okay. So now we can take this, copy this link, right? Paste this guy. School calendar. Change the view to, I always am a fan of list views for linked databases. And filter this to today's class, so date is today. And then we can sort this by date. So we would want the math class to show up first, and it did. And then we can take off the date here, show the homework test quiz, and then we can see, okay, for example, math, we have homework. For history, we have a test. And for marketing, we have a quiz. So then I can show what you got going on for the day, or maybe what homework we need to do tonight. Like I said, if you make a relation with your task/event calendar, this is gonna be perfectly great. I'm a big fan of that. And then what's fun is something that I'm gonna showcase today just for aesthetic purposes. So I know a lot of you guys like to have different sort of music going along with your homework. So a fun one would be, I'm gonna take a playlist of mine, I'm gonna take a Spotify playlist and embed it here. So I'm a big fan of some vibin' music. So I'll embed this Spotify playlist, and you can just kind of listen to it while you're doing homework. You could also embed some smooth coffee house jazz or some beats or something, and that would be a way just to get your school calendar set up in a certain way. If you also are looking for something else small, if you want to keep something consistent for yourself that's outside of like the databases, I think what could be good is just like put an H2 here or something, weekly housekeeping or weekly objectives or some sort of, like this is the big ticket items for the week. You can just put some stuff here, buy textbook, sign up for chess club. Stuff like that, stuff that's outside of your actual school stuff. But this is a way to keep you organized and all good to go. I think it's always nice to figure out what's your best setup and what you like the most. But I like giving you guys options that have a little bit of flexibility, but have some organizational frameworks as well. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.